So some of you guys, I'll go over this steering a little bit. So some of you guys have been watching this channel for a long time. Know back in 2018 when I first got the dash, I also got polished stainless steel Flaming River steering column, tilt steering column, and I got rid of the factory steering column, and to make it connect up or work with the steering box, I took the original steering shaft that was in there and cut it down and made this shaft out of it. That is so the bottom of that steering column, I put it's called a double D steering shaft, and so this, and that's 1 inch. So I cut this into this shaft, has the original spline on that end, and this shaft goes into the steering, or into the U-joint, which all worked fine, except that I didn't know enough about these steering boxes, and they actually, with what I took off of there, it had a little it allowed the shaft to move, or the steering box to move up and down. The U-joint on the steering box moves up and down, and that's what activates the power steering valve, because these have a power assist steering, not an integral power steering. So anyway, I didn't realize that they had to move up and down, and after it worked, but I noticed that after I did that, from when I drove it with the original steering in it, this power steering wasn't as effective, I guess you could say. It took a little more effort. It still worked, but it wasn't ideal. So I did some more investigation, and I found that has to move up and down. And when I took that out of there, that got rid of that. So what I decided to do is, this is a Borgson double D telescoping steering shaft, which is obviously way too long, but so it has the same as this flat that I made on the end of this shaft, and that will go into the U-joint that's in there. And then what I'll do is take this end here. This goes into the U-joint, and I can't get U-joints that I can they just don't make a 1 inch 36 spline U-joint that has the double D on the other end of the U-joint. So I have to make an adapter up. So what I'm going to do is take this, and this will go into the U-joint, goes into the steering box. And then on this end, what I'll do is I'll cut it probably about there and take it to a machine shop and have them cut the 3/4 inch double D that's on this end of the shaft, and cut that so this slides into it and make like an adapter. And then these are secured with set screws, and that's kind of, you can see on how the set screws work. So, and then what I'll do is I'll put a grease fitting in that, and so I can grease it, and so as it's sliding up and down, it's not metal on metal, and hopefully that'll work. No reason why it won't. And then this can slide right in this area here, and that'll allow the steering box to do what it's got to do. As you turn, it just slides up and down and gives me my power steering back. So that's the plan with that. And I'll do that, and then after that's all done and I'm finished here, I'll make up an aluminum cover to cover that whole area. Probably finish it the same as I did the dash. And then I've got a swivel kind of hard to see down here, but a swivel, especially with all my mess hanging in the way here. But I've got an aluminum swiveling. This ordinarily would go through the floor of or the firewall on a street rod or whatever it was used for. So I'll build an aluminum cover to go back up against that, cover all that, and have this bolted to the top of it. See, this is all hidden when it's all done. So, but anyways, I'll kind of get into that more as I install it. But for now, I'm going to continue with the gauges. So I'll start, I'm going to install the rest of these gauges, and then I'll put the dash into the opening when it's ready for that, and then I'll start wiring it up. Alright, so I got this steering shaft all cut down. I cut that much off the inner one, and I had to cut about 16 inches or so off the outer one. It's 9 3/4 inches. That shaft was 9 3/4 inches long, so this is, we're back at 9 3/4 there approximately. And this, I have to get the machine shop to machine this to accept this 3/4 inch double D shaft inside. And that'll be my adapter. And I'll put set screws in there like the rest of it. I'll just drill and tap this for some 1/4 inch set screws, which will be the same as what the what we use on the rest of it, and should be good to go. And this U-joint here goes back on the end of it, and this end here goes onto the steering box. So long as I haven't made any screw-ups, which certainly could have happened, but I have lots left over to make another one if I need to. Anyways, should be good. So I'll just get a machine shop to machine that piece up for me, and then I should be able to reassemble it. Alright, so the last little bit of the steering video that I filmed, I said I was going to take this to a machine shop and have them machine the opening in the end of that shaft for this double D steering shaft. And I dropped it at the machine shop, waited for 3 weeks. They never got back to me with a quote or anything. Obviously they're too busy to be worrying about piddly ass little stuff like this. So I just picked it back up again and said I would figure something else out. So what I figured out is I have a compound sliding drill press vise. So what I'm going to do is clamp this in the or mount this on the drill press, and I'm going to attempt to, what I'll do is I'll drill, and again I've drawn this out in Corel Draw, so I have, this is accurate down to 1/1000 of an inch, so that should be close enough. That has to be a hole in the end of this shaft. So what I'm going to do is, there's the outside diameter of the shaft, that's the center point, so I'll center punch that, and I will drill this diameter, which is 0.531. So I bought that drill bit, and then I'm going to mount this, have this mounted in the drill press, and get it dead nuts vertical, and I'll drill it, and then I'm going to mount a carbide cutting burr, probably that one, and I might finish it up with that one, to basically machine it out to that shape. So I'm going to use my drill press as a makeshift milling machine. We'll see how that works. This you can, once it's mounted in there and everything, you can adjust. You can slide this across. So what I'll do is I'll have this. I'll cut that out and I'll spray paint it or felt pen it or something, so that I have something to follow, and I will die grind out this portion here. And it's only about 1/8 of an inch on each side, so it shouldn't be too bad. But we'll see. If that doesn't work, I'll drill it out to 3/4 inch and just insert the thing and weld it in. I'd rather not do that, but that's always an option. So anyways, that's my plan. And I don't know if this is something that anybody else will attempt or not, but I will video this as I'm doing it as a separate video. So I'll upload so I'm working on 3 projects at once here. So I'm working on the steering here. I'm also working on the windshield wipers, and I'm working on the gauges. So rather than have a hodgepodge of all 3 projects kind of going all in one video, and if anybody wanted to use any of this as a guide to do it themselves, it'd be kind of confusing to try and do it if it was all one video. So I'm going to do the steering as one, windshield wipers as one, and the gauges, the dash from here on out as a separate video. So anyway, I'm going to go mount this on the drill press, and the table on the drill press rotates, so I can pivot this. It's a heavy sucker. I can pivot this up to where this is vertical. So even though it's mounted in there at an angle, and I was thinking about trying to make something to hold this by itself in here vertical, but I think this is splined. It can't spin. I think this will be fine, and I'll just rotate the vise on the drill press until it's vertical. So that's my idea at this point, anyways. And yeah, I'll video it all as I go, and it'll either work or it won't. We'll see. All right, so this is my apparatus for machining the steering shaft. Sorry, I got a sliver in my finger and I'm trying to dig it out. Film at the same time. So it's getting close. I gotta go. See if I can get this to focus. I'm down. I've been using the full 1 inch on the cutting burr. So once I get that down, then I'll have to go back again and go down another 1/2 inch or 1/4 inch. Yeah, 3/8. I don't know what more anyway. It's pretty close to fitting. Gonna take a little bit. I'm running out of daylight here, so I'll continue on in the morning. And my slide here, the adjustments, I guess all the vibration has kind of loosened it all up. So I'll have to adjust that up, tighten it up. But I think it's going to work okay. If you can find a machine shop to do it at a reasonable price, definitely might be a lot easier. But you can see where the black is there. That's all that, as far as I can tell anyways, that's all that needs to come out of there yet. And then I'll just take and then I've got a 1/4 inch bit and I'll put that in there, and then I'll just clean these edges up and just square these edges up and everything just till it fits in there. And once that's done, then I'll go down, drop it down below, and machine out the bottom of it there too. Anyways, it seems like it's going to work. It's just it's fairly time consuming. It's been 2 hours. I guess it's not that bad. Probably got another hour. Yeah, maybe 2 hours. I don't know. Who knows? Anyways, that's the way I'm going to end up having to do it. Well, and then I got to drill. I got to drill set screws, drill and tap set screw holes in it too. So that'll take a little longer. So, anyways, we'll say half a day tomorrow too. So it's quick, or it's not quick, but looks like it'll work. Anyways, I'll film a little bit more of this as I get a little further along. All right, so I got it machined out, if you want to call it machining. It's pretty. Where are we at here? Let's see if we can get a. Calling that machining is a bit of a stretch, but it's in there nice. I'm only about maybe halfway to where I want it. But it's fitting in there. I don't know how well you can see this. I don't know, but anyways, I say "but anyways" a lot, don't I? But anyways, anyhow, so yeah, we got more to go, but it's fitting in there nicely. So it should be, from here on out, it should be easier because that's the shape I need. That's a solid shank on it. So I should be able to just, go in there and follow that and go down the rest of the way. Just, go until it's up against that, what I've machined so far. I went a little bit too far right there, but anyway, it's working. It ain't pretty, but it's working. Okay, so this is all done now. I just about forgot to film it. Started putting it in, and then, oh crap, maybe I should film a little bit of this. So, yeah, fits nice. Should work good. This, I just need a lock nut on it yet. I don't I just have that bolt in there temporarily. I'll have to get something different. It needs to be a little bit longer so I can put a jam nut on it. But that's drilled about a little over halfway through the shaft, and then this, and then I drilled and tapped this. So basically, what this screw does is it jams it in there, but it also, not that I highly doubt it would ever come out of there anyway, but as long as that bolt's in there, it can't come out. So yeah, anyways, I'm going to go ahead and start putting it together and see how it works. Alright, so the piece is all in here now, hooked up, working. All I could do basically is turn the wheel back and forth with the engine running and make sure it all worked properly and it's nice and smooth and everything seems to work. I won't know if anything needs to be adjusted until after I drive it, but it seems good so far. I may have to move one spline on that top. I don't know for sure that I got it back in the same, I think I did, but I'm not sure that I got it back in the same spline at the bottom there, like when it clocked. So I don't know for sure when I'm going down the road whether the steering wheel will be straight ahead or if it has to be adjusted a little bit or whatever. I won't know that till I drive it. So anyway, so I guess that's pretty much it for the steering. I guess I'll put this all together and and upload it. That's the only thing left to do here is I'll build a cover over all that. I think I'd mentioned that before. I'll build it out of aluminum, same as the, finish it the same as the dash. Here's this firewall pass through. I'll mount it to that. So I'll build it so it's all, you know, you can't see any of that. But it'd be removable so I can grease it and all that kind of stuff. So anyways, that'll be another project, but I'll say that the steering is complete.